Well, welcome to KGHypnobirthing, and I am talking with Andrew Lovell, who has done the parents hypnobirthing course with his wife Faye, and sometimes dads are a bit nervous about it, so I thought Andrew might like to come and talk to us about it. So, what brought you to hypnobirthing in the first place, Andrew?
Well, I'd say I'm also a bit nervous. Well, Faye and I were very interested in. We understood a little bit about the shall we say, the more talked about methods. Hospital going, possibilities of cesarean and all in that world. But we were very interested in hypnobirthing, and we were one of our very dear friends is a hypnotherapist.
Great.
I'm a therapist,
Yes.
so that world we walk in, shall we say? So it felt very natural. Let's at least look at hypnobirthing, see what's going on, and see what we can learn from the experience, and just see what's out there.
But it was you who actually booked onto the course. Was that just coincidence that it was you and not Faye?
That's a bit of a coincidence, I suppose. I mean, I was sort of like leading the way, but I was leading. I think I'm leading the way, and Faye's pushing. So that's the way it usually works.
I think that's brilliant. And what would you say about, because there are dads who are a bit nervous. I have plenty of women who say to me, I'd love to do it, but he doesn't want to.
Before, to spend a week, obviously you give some incredible facts and information and choices. Above all, I'm going to give you some choices, probably things that you hadn't realised or even heard about and considered, particularly about fear, you know. But for me, it was to spend a week or, a Saturday afternoon, 10 till 5, and then again on the Sunday, 2 days with my wife, with other strangers at the time, especially Saturday morning, in absolutely very similar situations, to spend a weekend with our pregnant partners and just be supportive and also for me just be in that world, not for thinking about the birth or what are we going to do, will I know the route, is everything going to be okay, just like, wow, we're talking about our child is going to be born, and that there's an automatic even more, I was going to say a bond with my wife, which sounds ridiculous because
I'm absolutely right.
And it brought the significance of what we're doing, of the bump, of what's going to happen. We've done. It's like wow, and there's others here as well. So, wow. So it really brought the what we're actually doing, what everyone does. The importance, the caring, the love, the nurturing, and the father's part in that. We're very easy to go, well, I'll drive you there and I'll look after you. But actually to learn about some of the things bodily, what's happening and what we can do as fathers, our role, which is sometimes just to sit there, read a story.
I think a well-trained hypnobirthing father is a massive asset in the birthing room. And dads are so often sidelined, and that's really sad from everybody's point of view. It makes mum's birth easier. It's nicer for dad to be part of it, and it's easier for the midwife too. Yeah,
and again, that's what it's that, it's like a birthing community, and I love that word, community. I mean, there's not enough communities, anymore, and I just in that with whether it's a home birth, where you could choose to go to hospital, whether it's a midwife unit, whatever it is, that we're actually doing. This is what I learned. We're actually it's like. It's very easy to go into your world. We're the only couple who's ever been pregnant, who's ever going to have a baby. Do they know what they're doing? Do we know what we're doing? And actually,
it happens.
To be part of your weekend and go, we're animals here. We've been giving birth for millennia. It's been happening. People have been helping for millennia. It's an advance. It's like, so, you didn't say this, but it's like, and breathe, calm down, be a team, be that unit that got you here in the first place, and just carry that through, just be supportive for let's simplify things, don't run off into this fearful world, just breathe and be together, it'll be okay.
I can think of at least 2 couples who I've taught, who I would have said were virtually on the grounds of divorce, and it brought them back together because it's quite a deep level, really.
Yes.
And I think the dad also knows that he was a useful part in how his child entered the world, and that deepens that relationship too. After the baby's born, we haven't got there yet.
But I can, but again, to feel that, to visualise that, to think about that, to bring that possibility in, like now, before 3 months before the birth, it was incredibly settling, calming and which brought confidence, which was safety. I remember this. You spoke about the 6 C's, which I can't remember them all at the moment.
I can tell you what they were. I can try and tell you what they were. If you know what your choices are, puts you in control. If you're in control, that gives you confidence. You feel calm, and that gives you confidence, and then you have a good birth. And good communication comes in somewhere along the way, or at all points too.
And that was really, it's just so simple.
Isn't it?
But it really, I'll try and remember it as much as I can. But I was in there somewhere and just having those 6 C's sort of flying and buzzing about my consciousness. It's good. It's really, really incredibly helpful.
One dad said, I was sorting for their first and their second baby. He said, when we had our first baby, I thought it's something you do. I now understand it's something that happens.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is so true. It's just like, you don't do a sneeze, another physical thing. It happens. And it's the same with... And yet, it's just because people haven't done it before, they don't know that it happens.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is a healthy way of looking at it.
And that, again, that's what, it was... Because we can very easily go into our world, but you opened that up and said that we've all been doing this for a long time. So
it's funny what different people take away from it. What did you sort of enjoy most about the course, apart from the general?
Again, just it was that spending time with my pregnant wife in a whole weekend of pregnancy and birth and just sitting in it with others, calmly, sharing information, certainly learning things, making notes, and just being in that world for 48 hours or so. Even when we travelled home and we did talk about it and everything, and then come back, it was just for me, it kind of opened the birth doors. I don't know if that's the right phrase.
Well, no, I do think, because I think when a couple walks into a room, they're actually speaking a different language, because dads haven't been so closely involved. Mums have been, certainly in the net for however many weeks, and they've got lots of information or misinformation. And I hope by the end of the weekend you're sort of speaking the same language.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a lot better way of me waffling on trying to say. But that's that's it. And there was one particular that you said. Let's go. It just took. For me, you helped take the fear away, and that was it. Yeah, when you spoke about like the news. I'm not putting. I think these are my words. You very rarely hear. You don't watch the news, and it's like, oh, Jeff did this today, or America was very nice today, or then Britain's going to do something even better. The news is usually quite frightening.
Yeah.
And you said, usually what we know, unless before you've had a birth. You're from the TV and from films.
Everything.
It's all blue lights screaming and everyone gasping. It's always emergencies and doors slamming. And you're like, yeah, that's right. That's how I'm thinking about it.
That's people's reality, but it's not real reality. It's drama.
Absolutely.
That's very sad, really.
So that helped. That he was like, yeah, actually, yeah, that's right.
Was it as you expected?
The course?
Yes.
No, it was more. I think than I expected. I mean, I went into it sort of okay, all right, then fine, okay, we'll do this. But it was more. I thought it would. I was trying not to think too much what it might be. I didn't want to sort of closet it down as such. But it was much more. It was much more info. Well, it's one of those things you don't know how much you don't know until someone gives you information.
Yeah, and all the things that people are worrying and asking about, of course they need that information. Actually, some things which they haven't even thought of, which are far more important.
Absolutely.
Which we give them, and the bits that they don't expect, I think, in some ways, are the most important bits.
Mm. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah, absolutely. So
what your options are, what your choices are. Like people don't know they have a choice if induction is suggested. Yeah, you do have a choice.
Mm.
It's always your choice.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you need to be well informed to exercise that choice.
Yes, and as you said about just ask the questions.
Yeah, you bet.
It's down to you to make up the ultimate decision. But even having another layer of questions, even having another layer of confidence,
or somebody to turn to if you're not quite sure.
Sure.
Which is important too.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm just seeing if there's anything else I wanted to ask you about. We've chatted through most of it. Yeah, I think we've sort of said it all in conversation. So I think you've said that sort of your perception of birth has changed, your approach to birth has changed, which is wonderful. Is there anything particular that you found particularly useful, or it's the general change of mental attitude, is it? Yeah,
it was good to be able to, I'd never heard, was it a tens machine?
All that stuff, yes.
Yeah, all, just to go there and
Faye probably knew about it.
She didn't. Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Yes. So it was that, and it was that, what you said just now, is like, I'm coming into not your world, but we're together now. It's not like, oh, you deal with that bit, I'll do with my bit. Playing those roles. It's like, well, let's do this together. And the more we're together, the more if you talk to me about 10 machine, instead of me going, what's that? I don't know. I know what it is. I got a slight more understanding of what you're going through.
Yes.
And just together, it's so obvious, really. But with the demands of life and people doing job, we can be separate, even though a couple is going through exactly the same pregnancy as such. One can be right over there while the other one's over. So from the weekend, we were really together and an understanding of items, of choices, of thought patterns, of relaxations, of reading, hypnotherapy stories, of a lot of positive thinking. But do it together. Let's do it together.
And dad or partner is so important. And that role is underestimated because obviously blokes aren't going to give birth, but the role of protecting her so she feels safe and confident is a very big part of how she gives birth. It's massively important. It's not rushing around doing things. Of course there are things you can do to help. It's just she has confidence that you're there, you're looking after her, and she feels safe and you know what's going on. It's wonderful. And
in that way, the showing us the 2 births, 2 hypnobirths.
Yes.
I was, I've got to admit, I was quite emotional.
Yes.
Thinking that's gonna be us, and, praise be. But that, so you can learn these things and you can make notes. That's what Katharine said this, but to actually witness, see a birth in someone's living room, with the father just being calm and peaceful and
it's lovely, isn't
being
it?
Just
it
being there.
It changes your reality.
It changes absolute thought pattern of a birth, the reality of what a birth can be, the absolutely gorgeous, non-traumatic, wonderful, amazing miracle that can happen.
Good word, miracle.
Potentially in someone's living room, which a few weeks later you're having a cup of tea in there, but it was all happening.
A few minutes later,
which was happening. The mothers were filmed.
Yes.
Incredibly relaxed, incredibly so much joy, but so they're natural. They were ready to speak. But the midwives, the hypnobirthing therapist who was there, the husband. It was great. It was just amazing to watch. So even. Again, we can have words, we can have question information, but to actually witness the birth happening, that's how I learn best, just to watch something and then I can do it. But so I can't do the whole birth bit, but it made complete, wonderful, beautiful sense.
I love that word sense because people, with a word like hypno, people think it's airy-fairy. And it's so logical. And I like people questioning us. And as I said, I like people being sceptical. Because if we cannot logically justify everything we're saying, we shouldn't be saying it.
Yeah, sure.
And people should be questioning us, and people should also be taking questions to all their care outside, which is wonderful care, but people, mums and dads, need to feel confident that it's right for them.
Yeah, and you helped us all, not just Faye and I, but it's all the couples that were in the room. You first of all, you helped us to realise how much fear we might be carrying about something which is gorgeous and amazing. But we're there's a whole box of fear that we're carrying. What happens if this? How much should I? What can I say? What So to go in the middle of that. That's all right. Come on, let me take you all there.
Well, we need to look at it because people's fears are important. Sometimes they're justified, and sometimes actually they're not really justified.
No, absolutely.
If you know the facts.
Absolutely, and that was it. And to go to a lot of our own questions for many couples, and to be able to ask them, not feel, you could say if you're a guy and asking, what's that bit and what do you actually mean by that, and having a really easy, calm, simple explanation, again your fear goes. So that was another really great important thing that I took from the weekend. It's like, even if you think you're sort of being conscious, and I've got quite an idea actually. Well, for me, I didn't have as much ideas anywhere that I thought until I sat in the weekend, and also that again remove so much layers of fear. Don't think about the what, so many what ifs, and if there is a what if, it can be sorted.
That's why all the wonderful medical people are there if you need them, aren't they? And they're wonderful. But maybe you won't need them after the course.
Well, that's what we're going for.
It amuses me slightly. Sometimes dads arrive, and I know a great many of them come unwillingly. I know you didn't, but plenty do, and they try to look enthusiastic. But by the time they leave, they're your staunchest advocates, and it's just lovely to see.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand that. I mean, I would, I'm not gaining anything from this apart from being in your company more. But I'm just if there are any dads like that and fearful and you go and do it, and I would urge each and every dad to just go and be with your wife, and even if you think you're going to go for that, I'll go and support my wife. Go, and you'll be amazed at how much you learn about yourself, your role, your child to be, and other couples there, and make some conversations and learn. And it's a really incredible, great, safe place to begin a really close bond with your wife, and what you're doing and what your role is. You learn a lot. So yeah, I'd any fearful dads, get your shoes on, get your coat on, and go to the weekend. You'll love it.
Well, I don't think we can say any more than that. That's brilliant. Thank you so much, Andrew.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Well done.
Right.
I'm extremely grateful.
Oh, it's a pleasure. I mean, I meant everything. If I did, I wouldn't be sitting here if I didn't think how great the weekend
Well, it was
was.
funny. There was just so much that was in tune, wasn't it? What with having taught at North Tyneside and sacred therapy.
Yeah, I mean,
stuff.
exactly. Even when you said to that couple, I think you just said, say your child's going to be born on January the 15th.
And yours.
And they went, yes, as okay.
Thanks for watching the video. It's been great talking to you, and we've got plenty more that you'll be interested in. So in order to see it all, just click here to subscribe.